The victims are going to be okay. In fact, it was one of the victims who flagged down a police officer after this attempted robbery happened right on Georgia Avenue, across the way there, right across the street from Howard University Hospital. The suspects started running when police officers were called. One suspect cutting through the alley, coming here and hiding inside this abandoned building. You see where all that graffiti is? That is a building owned by Howard University. I did see a crew boarding up the building earlier, and I checked. There is fresh plywood on the door, but police say at the time this building was unsecured and they saw signs that people had been inside before. The U Street corridor came to a standstill during the morning commute after police say one suspect in a possible armed robbery barricaded himself inside this vacant building owned by Howard University. It happened in the 2000 block of Georgia Avenue, right across the street from Howard University Hospital.
And they sent out alerts on email and texts and stuff, yeah.
How does that make you feel?
Well, at least they, letting us be aware of what's going on, but it's kind of scary.
We thought it was at the Jerry's.
Jeffrey Bowie also works at Howard and captured police in full tactical gear and armed with long rifles outside the nearby carryout. Do you feel safe?
I feel safe. Yeah, I feel pretty protected, feel pretty good.
While police take one person into custody, emergency response teams are called in to negotiate with the second person holed up in the vacant building. Police telling WUSA 9 they discovered evidence inside that people had been squatting in the unsecured vacant building. More than 3 hours later, the barricade comes to an end. Both men are taken into custody. A woman police are now describing as one of the robbery victims heads to the station to talk to detectives.
A lot of people out here have mental issues that needs to be addressed and they need help.
I just heard back from Howard University. They say the former research building was secured and it has been vacant for about 7 years. They say they take lots of measures to make sure their vacant properties are safe, including installing locks, chains, and barriers at the site. They even say they have regular visits by public safety officers and have recently formed a task force to make sure all their vacant properties are secure. On the U Street corridor, Delia Gonsalves, WUSA 9.